Well, let me say good afternoon and welcome to this reception here. We're located here in Heritage Park. Nice breeze today, considering that it's July, which we all know what July is like here in Decorah sometimes. And this reception today is in honor of our special guest, Ambassador Krutnes over here. Let's extend a warm welcome to her today. This is her first visit to Decorah, and I think I can speak for everyone here in the audience that we're so glad that you came to visit us today. So, velkommen til Decorah og Vesterheim. So our reception today is held in Heritage Park, which really builds upon Vesterheim's wonderful collection of historic buildings and has created a park-like setting where our visitors and the community at large can relax and take in the history. Partnering with the artists of the Folk Art School, touches like this timber frame shelter, the carved wooden portals that you see here, also embrace that Norwegian concept of friluftsliv, outdoor living, outdoor life, creating a quality space where people can get out and enjoy the outdoors. Another project that we are focusing on right now here at Vesterheim, it's in the works, perhaps you saw we're in a bit of a construction phase up front there, is Vesterheim Commons, and that's going to be located directly on Water Street. This is a new building that will really serve as the front door for the institution, and it's going to be the welcoming space for generations to come. At the heart of this new building is a community gathering space, as well as a digital production space that will allow Vesterheim to connect with people not only close to home, but from around the globe. So look for that project to be completed sometime here in early 2023. I'd like to just take a few moments to acknowledge some of the people in the audience today. First of all, I want to extend my personal thanks to all of the outstanding staff who helped to put together all the details for today's activities at Vesterheim. Let's extend a round of applause for them. They even arranged that it wouldn't rain here today, so we thank them for that. So, I'd also like to take a moment to say thank you and welcome to the members of the Baldrige Lodge of Sons of Norway. Raise hands if you're a member of the Sons of Norway Lodge here. We've got a few of those folks here. Thank you to those folks for their long-standing support of Vesterheim and its programs. Also in the audience, I know we have a member of the Decorah Chamber of Commerce. I think we have some staff here from there. Yep, oh, here we go. They help to promote Vesterheim to visitors near and far. And one of the things that we're excited about with them is we have an upcoming relationship with Viking River Cruises, and they are going to be starting tours here in August, and the Chamber has been a big part of helping to make that happen as well. So thank you for your support there. So I also want to acknowledge Decorah's Mayor, Lorraine Borowski, back here. And also members of Decorah's City Council. I think we have at least a couple here, South City Council members here. The relationship with the city has been just fantastic in helping us with this project, also the Vesterheim Commons project. They've been a great partner to work with, so thank you to the City of Decorah. Also in the audience today is Luther College President Dr. Jennifer Ward. Vesterheim's strong roots really began on the campus of Luther. And so thank you for continuing that strong relationship, President Ward, and looking at those areas where we can seek common cause in the future. So thank you for being here today. Also, I want to recognize up front here is Honorary Consul Quentin R. Boykin and his wife Inez. And Quentin is the Honorary Consul for the state of Iowa, representing the government of Norway here in the state of Iowa. And thank you, Quentin, for all of your service here supporting Vesterheim over the years. You've been a great friend, so appreciate that. And finally, I want to extend my thanks to both the current and the former members of Vesterheim's Board of Trustees. And I know several of them are here in the audience, including this person right over here. So thank you to all of you members of the Board of Trustees. Your advice, your guidance, your support have helped to place Vesterheim on a very good path and a bright future. So thank you for your work. So at this time, what I would like to do is I'd like to invite the chair of our Board of Trustees, Ruth Schultz, to the podium to say a few remarks.
Thank you, Chris, for that introduction. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we welcome Ambassador Krutnes to Decorah and Vesterheim and express our sincere appreciation to all of you here today. The past couple of years and most recent world events heighten our sense of appreciation for these opportunities to gather in person, to connect with our Vesterheim community, and to foster connections for future generations to strengthen the relationship between the U.S. and Norway. The past 2 years have brought many changes to Vesterheim. We see evidence of some of these changes. As Chris shared, Vesterheim also pivoted to some online classes and some programs. And this transformation meant that in addition to traveling to beautiful Decorah to experience Vesterheim, you can also connect with Vesterheim friends and families virtually across the U.S. and in places as far away as Australia. The outcome of this digital outreach is a growth in the Vesterheim audience from a core constituency in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin to website engagement from individuals in all 50 states, DC, and 176 countries. Membership has grown too, so that we have members in all 50 states and many countries. And folk art participation grew from a yearly average of 1,400 youth and adults to almost 4,421 because of the digital presence. As you can see, we are opening the door to a new Vesterheim and a broader community. Over this past year, we have had the delight of being able to travel virtually with Rick Steves, the PBS travel writer, when he shared his trips and photographs of his experience in Norway and his Norwegian ancestors. We also have been able to cook along with Norwegian foodie Nevada Berg, making a traditional dinner of Suttnamai dinner of hot dogs, and one of my favorites, homemade strawberry tomato ketchup. We also have engaged in lively discussions led by Luther's Dr. Maren Johnson on books and film series, including Atlantic Crossing or Occupied. And we have attended virtual lectures and learned about Norwegian American entrepreneurs who have invented tech devices such as the GrandPad, others who have designed patterns for Corningware dishes, others who have created and built Evinrude motors, and scientists who changed the course of World War II with the development of the proximity fuse and enhancements to radar to support and defend the Allies. Vesterheim has enhanced the pursuit of its mission during the pandemic when we expanded our audience through our digital programming and our online classes that our staff has developed. We discovered that there's not only a strong interest among the Norwegian American community who want to stay connected to our Norwegian history and heritage, but also there is a keen interest by others in the values of contemporary Nordic culture, sustainability, fair human rights, equality, and freedom. These shared values are at the core of the U.S. and Norway relationship. Vesterheim plays an important role in maintaining this connection by protecting and showcasing Norwegian stories, artifacts, and folk art traditions, And Luther's Nordic Studies program is reaching young students who want to study Norwegian language and culture. Together, we can be a gateway to ensure the next generation has a place to connect with our shared values of the Norwegian people and our rich history with Norway. Over this past year, we have had the great privilege of getting to know the person who is in charge of diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Norway, Ambassador Krutnes, an expert in security issues, law of the sea, Arctic affairs, and renewable energy. She studied at the prestigious Norwegian School of Economics in Bergen, graduating with a Master's of Science degree in Economics and Administration. And while at the Foreign Ministry, she earned her Master's of Law degree from the University of Oslo. She also studied international management at the University in Milan, Italy. Previous posts include her tenure as Deputy Director General for the Department of Security Policy, and before that, she was Norway's Ambassador for Arctic and Antarctic Affairs. And she has also served as the Ambassador to the Netherlands and Luxembourg. That is a lot. She's so accomplished, but also an incredibly beautiful person and inspiration to us all. Vesterheim extends a warm welcome to you, and we are so glad that you are here today. Madam.
So thank you, Ruth, for that kind welcome. I usually say ladies and gentlemen, but I like to say friends of Vesterheim, friends of Decora, people of Decora, mayor, consul. It's such a pleasure to see all of you here. And thank you to all for the warm welcome, especially to Chris, of course, Ruth and Diane from Vesterheim, and also, of course, to Dr. Jennifer Ward and Maren Johnson from Luther College. So this is my first visit to Decora, so it's my first visit to Vesterheim and to Luther College. And I just want to commend you on your professionalism and your enthusiasm for your project. It's fantastic. And I've been traveling. I wouldn't say I've been traveling a lot of places because I came to the US in September 2020 during the pandemic, so I did not travel a lot of places. So when I have started now, I'm discovering the Norwegian America, and what better place to start than here. I often meet people who say, "Oh, I attended Luther College. Have you been?" And yes, I've been. So thank you. So where we are now, the Heritage Park, that takes us back in time to the Great Migration. And what it does with me, and I think it's genius, the way you have made the entrance here, the stones, the size of the boat these migrants came with. It really gives you a feeling, and you start thinking, what did these people do? They left their homes, they didn't know where they were going, they were crowded together on a boat, and they came here and they settled. And I think the story about these people are as important as all the artifacts, all the things we see. You have a fantastic collection. To me, the fascinating thing is to think about the people behind all these objects. Who were they? And I think you do a great job with that here in Vesterheim. And I think your new phase, the Vesterheim Commons, which you say yourself will be a community gathering place, as well as an integrated museum campus, that will even more give you the possibility to be this place where people gather to celebrate their common heritage. So I'm based in Washington, D.C. It's wonderful to come out here. I saw some signs on my way. I was driving from Chicago and I saw this, be careful, crossing. Well, I drove with my husband. He always put the GPS, but avoid highways. So it took some time. He also drives a motorbike and he looks, wow, look at that road. It would be perfect. Let's go there. And forgets he doesn't have a motorbike. So we did some brave things and we saw all these signs. Be careful, snowmobile crossing. Yeah. Okay. I've been ambassador to Arctic. I know how to drive a snowmobile. So just invite me in that season and I'll be here. But based in DC, what I deal with is the bilateral relationship between Norway and the United States of America. It's my responsibility, together with my team of 50, to take care of that. The core of that relationship is security policy. It has been that since the Second World War, when Norway decided to be a founding member of NATO and base our security on that alliance. And there's no doubt the big partner in that alliance, the one who is our most important ally, is the United States of America. We have an excellent, fantastic cooperation between Norway and the US on security policy. And I think we've seen that the last months, how the US has taken leadership and brought the alliance together for the sake of Ukraine in that meaningless war that Russia has started. We will continue that relationship, but security policy doesn't live in a vacuum. We don't have that fantastic cooperation on these important issues if it weren't for the relationship between the people of our nations. That is the core of our relationship. And that connection goes back to these first immigrants. And that is why I so much enjoy being here at Vesterheim, because thanks to you, we have a place to celebrate that relationship. And we have an enduring record of that time and the place when these immigrants came. And you keep this relationship alive. And I want to thank you for that. And then finally, there is someone who really, really deserves a lot of thanks and credits. Honorary Consul Quentin Boykin, you and your wife Ines, you have served our country since 1990. That is 32 years of service for Norway. I know you were decorated with a Knight's Cross of the Royal Norwegian Order of Merit in year 2000, after 10 years of service, but you didn't give up by that. You continued to serve us, and you already have your badge of honor for that. But I really wanted to extend my personal thanks, and also on behalf of our government to you and to your wife for your services. I know we have. In Norway, Iowa is famous for the primaries and the way you do that. And I know there are always Norwegians, including from the embassy, who want to come and see that and experience that. And I know you had to deal with that a lot, apart from so many other things. But being the consul here in the heart of the Norwegian America is quite the job. So sincerely warm thank you for your service. And I am looking forward to working. I know that it is time for you to retire as a consul. We have some paperwork to do, but I look forward to work with Susanne Minnick as the new Honorary Consul of Norway.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for this warm welcoming here to Decora. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador, for your remarks this afternoon. We do have something here that we wanted to present to both you and to Quentin as well. So if you want to come on up here for a second.
Both of us?
Oh, yeah. So, as you know, Vesterheim is a folk art school, and we take pride in giving some of the best gifts of any visit that you're ever going to have because of that. This is for Quentin. These are hand-carved birds from a Decorah resident here and a Vesterheim gold medalist, Harley Refsall. And these are fantastic. They make like a great little table decoration. You can do whatever you want with them, but they're just a small token of appreciation for your work with Vesterheim. And the same for you here, Ambassador Krutnes. This is again something that we feel it talks about the relationship here and the relationship with these two birds coming together. So there you go. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. We're going to have some refreshments in a little bit here, but first of all, I want to conclude by saying right after this, are my remarks here, is we're going to have a special performance by Decorah's own Nordic dancers right out here on Mill Street. This is sort of a warm-up for Nordic Fest for them, I guess you could say. So we'd encourage you to go out and cheer them on as they're dancing here today. And then following that performance here, we're also going to have refreshments over here in the tent. So feel free to enjoy that as well. Thank you again for coming out and showing your support for Ambassador Krutnes today, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Tusen takk.
Watch the dance.